Hey guys, I'm not sure if it's starting yet, so I'm gonna wait 1 second. Okay, perfect. Hey, it's Megan Harrison reporting live from downtown Chicago. And there is some really exciting news to share that this weekend was the first weekend I saw snow this year. And being a Florida girl, I still get extremely excited anytime I see snow. So if you're watching now, let me know where you're watching from and if it's snowing there. And if it's not, you don't have to be jealous. You can just come visit us here, or I guess like anywhere else it's snowing. But in case you're wondering, this show is not about the weather. What we're actually talking about is how to create profitable online courses so you can break free from the trading time for money trap and fill your life with more fun, love, and money. And if you're watching right now, what this is the first iteration of what I'm going to be doing as a live weekly show going forward, where I'll be sharing tips, tools, and strategies on how to turn your expertise into highly profitable courses. So I just recently joined a program with Luria and David from Live Video Pros, who are like the industry experts when it comes to anything live video. And they're going to be helping me get my course, or not my course, my show up and running. And it'll be fun to see the progression from just starting out to wherever we end up in the next couple months. So if you're watching now, you'll be able to see it from the ground up. And today is something that I wanted to do for a while. And that is that I want to be able to take you kind of behind the scenes onto a backstage tour, really, of a high quality course, one that's bringing in a ton of revenue. It's making a huge impact in people's lives. And it also has like a great reputation within or for the results that it's able to produce. Because I'm kind of an undercover nerd when it comes to things like this. I love studying the intricate details and figuring out the nuances and the subtleties that go into play that differentiate the good from the great. And when we can kind of pinpoint these differentiations, then we can also incorporate them within our own courses and take your level of success and just skyrocket. So the course that I'm going to be going through today is the 90-day year. And this program has a really special place in my heart because I was fortunate enough to join the program in 2014 as one of the original members of the beta course. And after going through the 90-day year program, I literally like quadrupled my income. And ever since then, I've been continuing to like put the practices and the systems and the formulas and frameworks into play in my business. And those results keep on compounding. So the first thing I want to go through is first just kind of run you through what I consider to be the 5 levels of courses. I think that's a good starting place. Let me share my screen though, if I can figure out where I put it. Okay, hopefully you can see that because I think the visuals will help. And so these are the 5 levels of courses in my opinion. And I'll just run through these real quick and then we can go into what I consider to be like the 6 core key elements that every course should have in order to really reach that high level of success. So course level number 1, actually, let me backtrack. First, I want to tell you like the overall goal of a course, and you probably already know this intuitively, but the purpose of a course is to expedite the process of getting your customers from where they are to where they want to be with less headache and less stress than they could do on their own. So the reason why people are willing to pay premium prices for courses is because time is money. And even though that information might be available for free somewhere on the internet, or they could figure it out another way, if you can expedite the process, it's worth it. It's worth them paying for it because it's going to decrease that learning curve. So knowing that, level 1 of courses is really where no one wants to be. And this is going to be regression. So a course that's at a level 1 is it's actually doing the opposite of what the purpose of a program is. It's actually taking the customers backwards. So by throwing content together kind of haphazardly, instead of giving them clarity and confidence and forward momentum, it's actually giving them confusion, making them more overwhelmed or frustrated, and getting them actually further away from their goal. Level 2 is information. And the problem with information is that we're completely inundated with it. So if you're creating a program or a course that's basically just a regurgitated encyclopedia with data, facts, and straight up information, it's really not going to be that successful because there's just too much of it out there. But when you're able to move to a level 3 course, systemization, this is where you take a significant step up. And really what this means is it's taking that information and it's putting a method to the madness. So it's giving a framework or a step-by-step system that people can implement and then get to that end result that they're looking for. But in order to then move to the level 4 course, that's going to be implementation. And if we remember back to what I had said earlier, the purpose of a course is to get them to that result that they're looking for. The only way that that's even possible is if people implement what it is that you teach. So there's a big difference between learning something and then actually putting it into action. So by incorporating key elements within your course that help people take action and implement what they learn, it's significantly going to increase that value. And then a level 5 course, that top tier course, this is transformation. And this is when you're able to make a significant change in your customers' lives. So instead of just learning something, you're actually able to help them change a behavior and have that behavior improve their quality of life in some way or another, whether that be having a happier marriage, becoming more healthy and losing the weight they've been trying to and having more energy, or growing their business and increasing revenue by 400%. So that is what I consider to be those 5 levels of courses when it comes to actual course content and the structure of a program. So if you really want to have a high quality program and really produce that value for your customers, you want to always aspire to kind of reach that transformation stage. Now, even if you did structure your course that way and everything was amazing and it really was a high value course, there's other components that you need to incorporate in your course strategy in order for you to be successful. Because if no one knows about it, no matter how great your course is, you're not going to be too happy with the results. So I'm going to break down now the 90-day year and go through these 6 core components that I think every course should include and show how they implemented it, or how Todd implemented this within the program, so it can help spark some ideas for you and maybe give you ideas on how you can model after these same strategies and incorporate different components within your own course. So the first the first core criteria for success is an irresistible offer. And without this, everything else really pretty much falls flat. But Todd, I think, hits the nail right on the head with this offer, because he's providing a program that gives results, or gives a result that we all really want. And that's a systematic formula and a proven process for performing on a higher level on a consistent basis, so that we can all actually start reaching those goals that that we want to achieve and we're setting for ourselves. So the other component of the offer is really knowing your target market, so that your messaging can be crafted in a way that resonates and really connects with them. And I think Todd does an amazing job at this because he knows his market better than probably they know themselves. And that comes from years of working with professional athletes and Olympians and entrepreneurs and high-level executives to really help master that inner mindset and build that mental toughness and start thinking on a more strategic basis. So 90 a year gets a check mark for the irresistible offer. Now, criteria number 2 is the proper course structure. And this goes back to what I was really talking about with those 5 levels of courses. So one of the biggest mistakes I see people make when they're creating a course is they first start thinking about, okay, what's everything that I know on this topic that I can teach in this program? Or what's everything my customers need to know in order to be successful here? But in order to be successful with something, you actually have to, again, implement and take action on what it is that you're teaching. So instead of coming from a mindset of what information do my customers need to know, because that's really keeping you stuck at that level 2 course, you want to shift that to what do they need to do in order to be successful, or what do they need to do in order to achieve those results? And it's a slight mindset shift, but it really makes a significant difference because it keeps you grounded in that action state of mind, so that everything that's going into your program, there is a purpose for it, and it's moving that customer a step further or a step closer to that goal. And so the 90-day year does an excellent job with this because each of the modules is focused around one of the key phases of the 90-day year system. And then it teaches the concepts that are the actions that you need to take in order to be successful with that phase through a series of video lessons. And so if we stopped right here, or if the course stopped right there, this would be a really solid course at a level 3, which is systemization. But in order to take it now to that level 4, which is implementation, you have to incorporate things that can help your customers take action and actually implement what it is that you're teaching. And so throughout the 90-day program, there are a ton of resources and tools that help you actually put this into use. And off the top of my head, 2 of my favorite that really made an impact for me was the entrepreneurial scorecard and then the goal decision matrix. Hopefully I'm not screwing that name up. But the entrepreneurial scorecard is this formula or this framework that you start tracking how you're spending your day every day and assigning actual like monetary value to those tasks. So then you're able to see from like a big picture where those leaks are in your business or in your day and start either delegating those low priority tasks or completely eliminating them altogether. And it seems like a pretty simple concept, but I can promise you there's very few people that actually diligently track what they're doing and consciously thinking about, is this a high priority task or is this something that should be delegated because it's a lower dollar value task? And that made such a big difference. And sometimes it's the simple things that are the most important. And then that second one, that goal decision matrix that I was talking about, this is where, I felt like I had so many opportunities and so many different things that I was supposed to be focusing on that it was really hard for me to just figure out what it was that I should have at like the highest priority. And this is a formula that you can input like by answering like a series of questions. It calculates what you should be focusing on based on a score at the end. So those are just 2 examples of how you can incorporate resources into the program to really take what you're teaching in those video lessons and helping them put it to use and take action. So there was one other, let me get my notes real quick because I don't want to forget. I feel like there was something else important I wanted to share about that standpoint of it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, definitely. And so this was like even if you include those resources and you help customers actually take action and implement what is it you're teaching, you still have another really big obstacle that you have to overcome. And that really comes down, I think, to psychology. So more often than not, we get really excited about something and go into something with the best of intentions. But as we get busy or things start to, our life gets in the way or our motivation or momentum starts to decline, you really want to incorporate other components within your program to help keep that engagement up and that stick rate up where people are continuing to follow through. And the way that the 90-day year did this, first and foremost, I think is the most important, was the community and the culture that's built around it. And this is by far, if you can incorporate community within your program, you're going to be so much better off. And Todd's done just like such a phenomenal job with building that collaboration and the support within the community. So he always says that family is one of his highest values. And he really wanted the 90-day year to have that same value and that same culture so that the community really did feel like a big family and that you could continue to go into the group and have that support to help you make those changes, because breaking habits is easier said than done. So aside from the community, the other components that were incorporated to really move that course from the level 4 course to a level 5 course and get these behaviors actually change and then the significant results in the members' lives and in their business were the live Q&A sessions. So actually really getting that face-to-face time, asking when you get stuck in a certain situation or you don't really know what's the best strategy for this, getting that time to be able to interact with Todd personally, and then also with the other members within the group. The other components would be accountability partners was another huge one. So pairing you up with people that were in your stage of business and partnering you with someone so that you had that one-on-one accountability with each other. And then also engagement campaigns and ongoing recognition. So keeping the program and the concepts that are being taught at top of mind awareness, either through email campaigns or posts within the Facebook group, or just recognition of people that are going out and executing, was really were things that differentiated or moved that course from just a standard information project to the transformational course that it is, and why it has such an amazing reputation. So I know that was a lot, and let me try to kind of like recap what that was, because I want to make sure that I'm clear on this so you guys can like implement it within your own business. So the program content is designed around taking action, and this is what moves it to that level 3 course. But then action steps and resources are built in to help the customers initiate that action, and that takes it to the level 4 course. And then by combining additional elements that allows members to move from simply learning a concept to actually changing a behavior and therefore leading to like monumental changes, this is what takes it to level 5. And these were things like the live support sessions, the accountability partners, the engagement campaigns, and then the most powerful thing of all is the community. So in my opinion, this is the phase that really determines the quality of the program. But these other components are really important for your success with the course and actually increasing the perceived value and getting people to know that it exists. So moving on, we'll be able to run through these a little bit quicker because it's kind of like you either have it or you don't. And the next one is the high quality content. So of course it goes without saying that your content actually needs to produce value and be some high quality and teaching valuable concepts. But aside from that, the production value is really what I'm talking about here as far as the high quality content. And if we went back to that first, let me see if you can see this. But for the 90-day year, like all the videos are produced extremely well. And then for every lesson, you also have the video download, the audio download, the transcript, and the opportunity to take notes. So it gives customers and members the ability to learn whatever way that works best for them. And that really does increase the perceived value of the program. The fourth is a well-designed membership site. And I can go down a complete rabbit hole here because this is my jam. I absolutely love design. And I truly do believe that looks do matter when it comes to how you present your course. And the better design that your program is, the higher values it's going to be perceived. So just by looking at the 90-day year, you can see that they get a check mark for this one. And then number 5 is your marketing army. I need to grab a drink. Okay, so your marketing army is essentially like how you get people to help you spread the word about your course. And if you can produce a track record for producing results within your program, it's fairly easy to get people to help you spread the word because they're ecstatic about the results that they've been able to achieve. So Todd's done an excellent job like building long-term relationships with his members and in his own personal network and having them help support the program by building something like an affiliate program. And if you're not familiar with an affiliate program, this is where you partner with other people that are reaching your same target market and help or partner together to help promote the program. So anyone that they refer, they'll earn a commission for. And this really becomes like a win-win-win situation because the new customer gets or is introduced to a program that gets them that gives them the tools and the support they've been looking for. The partner gets, of course, the commission, and also gets to be known as a someone that's a connector, someone that's able to give their audience access to resources that they need. And then the course creator, of course, gets a new customer. So it's a win-win situation. And when you really care and produce the results that you're promising you'll deliver, this is much easier than it may seem just from first standpoint. And then last but definitely not least is the launch strategy. And your launch is your way of building excitement and anticipation for the release of your program, and also giving your customers or your audience a taste of what it is that you'll be teaching within the full program, and really providing high value educational content. So by consuming this pre-launch content and your launch strategy, it helps people understand the value that you're providing and how this can make a difference and how it can work within their life. So I kind of think of it as if you're going to an ice cream shop and you go and you get the samples before you figure out which flavor you want. It's getting that initial taste before you commit to actually getting that flavor. So that's a kind of strange way of looking at it, but I think it really is somewhat similar. So Todd does probably, I think, one of the best jobs I have ever seen with a launch, and the content that he releases is such high value. I know he could be charging hundreds of dollars for this. So the launch is actually going to be open for another few days, and I highly suggest that if you're creating a course, or you are running a business, or you just want to improve any area of your life by becoming more efficient and systematic about how you spend your time, I highly suggest checking out those videos. So I'll link to it in the comments below. And also you could go to bit.ly 90-day year 2018, and then you can get access to those videos. But they are absolutely phenomenal, and I watch them every time that they're released again, but they're only going to be open for a few more days. So I really hope this was valuable for you, and that you're able to take some of these components and these concepts that we talked about and incorporate them within your own business, because I truly believe that success leaves clues. And one of the most powerful things that you can do is by studying people that have achieved the level of success that you want to achieve, and then modeling after what works. So if you have any questions, definitely go ahead and post them in the group or in the comments below, and I'll answer those. And if not, I will talk to you guys again soon. Happy Sunday. Now I have to figure out how to exit out of here.